Oh, hi, Liv.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Yay.
Hi, Lynn.
Hello.
Congratulations,
Welcome.
7 years, Lynn.
Yeah,
Magnificent.
I know. So amazing.
Yeah, yeah,
So amazing.
yeah.
Exciting. I can't believe it. Um, yeah, quite extraordinary. Quite extraordinary. Um, so welcome everybody. Welcome Laura. Welcome Deborah. Welcome
Hi.
Linda. Welcome Gintana. Welcome Joyce. Welcome
Mhm.
Neil. Hi Priyanka. So, ooh, it's June 28th, which was yesterday. And I am at the memorial of one of my dearest girlfriends. Her mom had passed, and I'm pretty new to New York. I had moved back on June 1st. And so I went into the city to see her. And after the memorial, I was supposed to catch a train, but we finished early. So I caught an earlier train. And I get to the first train car, and this is me traveling on the train, and I'm not used to it, and I'm a little nervous. So I get to the first train car, and Spirit says to me, "Not this car." And I'm like, "Okay." So I go to the next train car. And as I walk in, hi, Carol. Hi, Candace. As I walk onto the train, I see this guy with his back to me. He's got a guitar up on the rack up above, and a skateboard, and a backpack. And he's sitting in a seat. And I have a wheelie cart with me. It looks like this thing, but it was green, and I call it my travel buddy. And it's from Whole Foods. So what happens is this lovely Asian woman walks in with her little baby, and then her husband, who's a white guy. The 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 way that the car is, the guy with the skateboard is sitting here, and there's two empty seats. So the mom and the daughter sit down, and then the dad comes to sit over near me, and I'm sitting in a handicap place where I can put the seat down and have my luggage thing and all that. So the guy turns over to the dad and goes, "No, come sit with your family." And he lets them all sit together. And then he comes and he sits across from me. And before he turns around and I see his face, I say to him, "Oh my God, that was awesome." Because that's something I would have done, like give up my seat so a family could sit together. And he turns around and he looks at me, and his name is James. And I look at him and I'm like, "How do I know this person? I don't know this person. God, this person seems so familiar." And he looks at me and he smiles, and I smile at him. And he looks at my cart and he goes, "I didn't know Whole Foods sells those things." And he sits down, and we just start chatting, and we're just like enamored with each other. And he's like, "Oh, I just graduated from NYU." So he's like early 20s. And I'm wearing a brown piece of wood on my neck and two brown earrings. And he looks at me and he goes, "What's that?" And I said, "It's a plant." And he leans in and he goes, "Is that ayahuasca?" And I said, "Of all the people on this train, you're probably the only person that could know that I'm wearing ayahuasca jewelry. I have a piece of the vine, and it's cut off, and it's hanging from my ears, and it's around my neck." And and he's like, "I'm James." And I said, "Hi, I'm Lynn." And it was like one of these moments of like, how do we possibly know each other? And I'm like, "What are you reading?" And he pulls out this book, and it's by the Dalai Lama, and it's about consciousness. And I'm like, "Oh, I've always had this vision of having these meditation and wellness centers." And he goes, "So have I." And we just start this delightful conversation. Hi, Penny. Um, and I, so he, we have like a 45-minute ride from Penn Station. He's getting off at Manhasset. I'm getting off in Port Washington at my sister's place, which is two stops later. And he goes, "Can I have your phone number?" And I'm thinking, I'm in New York. This is some stranger on the train. And, yeah, there's this sweet cosmic connection, but I give him my business card, and it has the wrong phone number on it. Cause I'm like, this is like an old business card from my LA days, but it had my email. So he emails me and he goes, "Hi, this is James from the train. And, it was incredible to meet you." And this was on a Thursday, June 28th, uh, 2016. The next day he messages me and he's like, "I'd love for us to get together." And I said, "Look, I do past life healings and past life readings. Why don't you come over and we can find out how we know each other?" And he's like, "Okay, great." So he arranges to come over on Saturday. Meanwhile, I say to my sister, "I met this guy on a train." She goes, "You have some guy on a train coming to mom's house? You out of your mind?" I go, "Pam, he's like just graduated from NYU. both of his parents are doctors. And she's like, okay, but give me his name. So she searches and she's like, she finds his parents and, they're both chiropractors and like, it's legitimate and they live in Manhasset and it's a well-to-do area. So my sister's calming down. She's like, just make sure mom, he doesn't hurt mom. So he walks in and when he looks at me, I said to him, how old do you think I am? And he goes, 32. I said, I'm 54. And he's like, oh my God. Like I can tell he's like infatuated. But I'm like, dude, you're 22. I'm 54. And nothing is happening. Like I then turned 55. So it was like we had 33 years between us. And I'm like, we're gonna write a book called Jesus Between Us. So we try to do this past life thing with him and he freaks out because he sees us, I don't know, we're in Canada and it's hundreds of years ago when we were Indians and like all that kind of stuff that comes up in a past life reading. Anyway, so I show him a business plan that I had written probably 15 years prior and he had typed it. Like I sent him the screenshots the next day on Friday. On Saturday when he shows up, he's typed this entire thing. And I reach out to my sister and I go, oh my God, what just happened? She goes, oh, that's called a millennial. And I have two of them at home. Like he took my 15 pages of this business plan of this vision that I had and he typed it up and I'm like, who are you? So we decided to create a business together and we were thinking about the name and I had just been shopping at the store Soma and had bought some stuff. So I put all these books and I'm like, and you have to read this book and you have to read this book. And I gave it to him in the Soma bag. So his best friend Jesse sees the bag and he goes, why don't you guys call it Soma? But instead of SOMA, make it SOHMA. And it stands for, because there's another millennial thing, the seed of humanity's manifest ascension. And I'm like, oh my God. So we come up with a vision, and the vision is to be the hub of the worldwide wellness community. And like, we brought in our dear friends that we met in a meditation group, and the four of us were like the four foundation pillars of creating the Sohmalife Sanctuary. Okay, hold on. Yes. Neil's like, oh, I finally found out what SOMA stands for. The seed of humanity's manifest ascension. Hi, Angelo. Hi, Tanya. Welcome, everybody. So we work diligently. What are we going to do? We think we're going to rent a place in town for like $3,000 a month. And my mother goes, that's ridiculous. Why don't you use the family room? So we strip the room. We decide we're going to buy flooring. And he goes, oh, by the way, my brother-in-law lays flooring. He'll do it for us for free. And I'm like, you're a liar. You don't have a brother-in-law who happens to lay flooring. So his brother-in-law, Kevin, comes over and Kevin starts to do this job. We pick out this beautiful tile and it's like what you use, what you find in the floors of like Walmart. Like we went high grade with this because it's only 400, square feet. So as Kevin's doing this room, he gets halfway through and he looks at me and he goes, I want to say something to you, but I'm afraid if I say it out loud, it'll curse it. So let's wait. So it's now July 29th. It's the day we're opening the sanctuary. We've painted everything. Like Kevin's finishing the flooring. He's mitering the wood so it bends around where the stairs are circular. And he's like, just totally deck this room out. We have some furniture that we found. We've got crystals. We've got chairs. We didn't have much at the time. But I said to Kevin, what were you going to say? And he said, Lynn, this is the most blessed project I've ever worked on. And I said, why do you say that? He goes, you don't understand the ways that the pieces worked, the way that everything fit under the heater, the way that it slid into the closet, the way that it went under the post. He said, the way that the wood has mitered. And like we went and we bought the frame that goes on the bottom and we painted it. I mean, everything was just gorgeous. He said, I've never worked on anything that has been this blessed. And what we did is we took purple spray paint. We had the circle of life on the ceiling. We spray painted the 4 Reiki symbols into the 4 corners of the room and a huge purple Merkaba on the floor to match the circle of life on the ceiling. Like everything was set up. We had all these people that came. We opened this thing up. We had a huge party. And that was the beginning of the Sohmalife Sanctuary. And over the years, between what we've done here in the building and what we've done online, I've had over 2,000 people that have come through this business. We've had over 50 different speakers that have come. in the beginning, we were just hosting people. We were having like 8 events a week. Every single day of the week, there was an event. We had, 2 on Sundays. And we've had over, I don't know, probably close to 500 different classes. And over the time, like I was receiving certifications, and one day James said, "Why don't you teach something?" And I'm like, "Oh my God." And then when COVID hit, I started really teaching. And, a lot of you have come and either been to events that I've hosted, you've been students, you've come to my homes, you've received Melchizedek ordinations, we're going to meet. You've come to retreats that we've done. Hi, Linda. Hi, Terry. Oh my God, it's so great to have all of you here. Hi, Raymond. So along the way, it was uh, August of 2020. I go into this community and there's 400,000 women in this community. It's women helping women. And I said, "Hi, I'm looking for a psychic virtual assistant. I need someone who understands me from the inside out." And I have like 9 or 11 people respond. And there's this one response from this lovely, lovely woman by the name of Priyanka Gupta. And I'm so drawn to her. And Priyanka and I have a conversation. And I said, "Are you psychic?" And she's like, "Oh, no, no." And Spirit says to me, "Yes, she is. She just doesn't realize it." And I said, "Then why did you answer the air?" She said, "Because I understand people from the inside." And so Priyanka's been with me for 4 years. I literally would not have this business without her. Yes, the business is 7-year old, but we took off when she stepped into my world. And there's another lovely woman named Alicia. And Alicia, so I think Priyanka's 5 feet tall. Alicia's 4'10". And then there's another one that works with us who's 4'8". Like, I work with these miniature goddesses because the truth is, if they were any bigger, we couldn't handle all the light that comes out of them. You know what I'm saying? So I work with these amazing goddesses. I have a chief marketing officer, I have a chief operations officer, and Kat, another gorgeous addition to our family. Oh my God, Nina's here. Hi, Nina. Oh, so along the way in 2020, I have just started doing the Course in Miracles lessons again. And I was inspired through reading this book, Disappearance of the Universe. And I'm like, I'm going to start doing the Course in Miracles lessons again. And this voice says to me, and I don't realize that it's Jesus talking to me at this time yet. This voice says to me, "Imagine if there was someone who was actually channeling Jesus and he was doing live commentary on the lessons of A Course in Miracles." And I thought, "Oh my God, that would be amazing." And then I thought, I wonder how I would find that. And the voice goes, try Googling channeling Jesus. So I go to Google, and I type in channeling Jesus. And there's this woman named Tina Spalding. And Tina has this community. So I join on January 1st, 2020. On January 4th, I reach out to her and I go, "Oh my God, Tina, this community is amazing. I'll never be on TikTok again. Everybody's nice over here. Nobody's mean. By the way, I channel Mary Magdalene." She goes, "Oh my God, you have to tell everybody." And I'm like, "Fabulous." So in February of 2020, as terrified as I was, I opened my kimono to Tina's precious little world. And I said, "Hey, everybody, I want you to know that I'm a psychic, I'm a medium, and I'm a full body trance channel, and I channel Mary Magdalene." And I start to meet the most amazing people, including this one man named Willem Van Galen. And Willem's not here, unfortunately. But Willem and I have this just beautiful, sweet soul connection. Later in 2020, Jesus and Magdalene come to me and they say, so Tina's just finished her year of channeling Jesus every day in 2019. In maybe October of 2020, Jesus comes to me and he says, "Jesus and Magdalene, will you please channel Mary Magdalene every day for a year in 2021 and go through the 365 lessons of A Course in Miracles, but bring forth her divine feminine wisdom?" And I'm like, "Absolutely." And through certain circumstances, I get moved to Virginia. And I live in Virginia for a year and a couple months. And while I'm in Virginia, every single day, I channel Mary Magdalene. And we go through this extraordinary journey of her bringing forth her divine feminine wisdom on the Course in Miracles lessons. And we have written this book together. It's around here somewhere. And that was remarkable. So then and Willem painstakingly transcribes every single word that Magdalene channels. Like he types everything out. He has the forethought to go to the Foundation of Inner Peace and ask them, in case we ever publish a book, could we please use the titling and the numbering from the course? And there's a woman who works at the Foundation of Inner Peace, and she says, absolutely, we are thrilled at this idea. So this is like blessed everywhere, you know? And I hope that the book disappears, because I'm sure I faked the whole thing. I have imposter syndrome. I'm sure that I'm just this, great actress. I'm not a great actress, but I'm sure I'm faked the whole thing. You get my meaning of all of it. And I never want the thing to be published because I'm just like embarrassed by this whole thing. So then I go to Egypt with a bunch of people in May of 2023. And after I come back, Jesus and Magdalene are here. And I'm like, oh, I'm in trouble. And they're like, well, time to publish the book. And I'm like, but I have gorgeous people like Willem and Nina and Raymond and another precious friend named Lynn. And they all say, well, we'll help you edit the book. And I'm like, how is this even possible? So between May and July 18th, we prepare this book. We self-publish on Amazon. They do all the work. We find this guy on Fiverr who helps us. Like, it's just all like Spirit is in charge of everything. I'm like, Jesus, take the wheel. Jesus has always had the wheel. Like, our egos thinks we're in charge of the wheel, but really what we're doing is driving with the rear view mirror, freaked out about the past and upset and triggered and all that happy crap. All right, I have to get the book. I'm being told I have to get the book, which happens to be right over here, because they want me to show it to you. So I have this precious girlfriend named Matanya, who I meet in another online community. And she has this painting one day. And so I see this painting and I reach out to her and I go, that's Mary Magdalene. Can I buy that painting? And she goes, I need to talk to the painting. And I'm like, oh, yes. Another complete weirdo like me. She's going to talk to the painting. She comes back and she goes, yeah, it's Mary Magdalene. And so I say, look, I want to buy this painting. I'd already purchased another painting from her of Hathor, but I said, if I ever write a book, I want to use it for the cover. And she's like, okay, great. So lo and behold, we use her for the cover. The book is called Channeling Magdalene, A Year of Love. And it is the Mary Magdalene's Divine Wisdom on the 365 Lessons from A Course in Miracles, channeled by Reverend Lynn Laborde. That's me. So all this magic is happening. The book arrives in my hands on July 22nd, which we just had, which is the Feast of Mary Magdalene Day. And then somebody reminds me, by the way, your 7-year anniversary is coming up. So this year has been this phenomenal year. We have launched a pathway program with 18 gorgeous souls, and 13 of them are still hanging on. And we are being immersed in things like the Aramaic Hebrew letters. We are learning how to, everybody, talk to crystals, because crystals are solidified prana. We are learning about who we were in Atlantis, who we were in Egypt, who we were in Lemuria and Pangaea, and who we were as Essenes and who we were as Kalu. We are reading the most incredible books. So funny. I was just talking to a girlfriend of mine who's a doctor, and she's like, well, tell me about your clients. And I'm like, no. You deal with people in perimenopause. I deal with ancient beings from ancient civilizations. So all of this has just been the most extraordinary journey. One day I hear my mother. My mother's like, yeah, my daughter Lynn, she moved back from Virginia. Yeah, she's the one who says that she channels Jesus. What can I say? And I'm like, oh, my own mother at two Brutus. So I walk into her and I'm like, Mom, you don't really think that she goes, Lynn, come on. You're going to tell me you really channel Jesus. I said, well, I bring him in and we lay our hands on people, we do healings. And she's like, okay, whatever. And then later, we end up having to go, a couple months later, we end up having to go to the hospital for her. And we're sitting in the emergency room for 5 hours. And there's this lovely girl sitting next to me. And she and I have been chatting. My mom's on my right, the girl's on the left. And the girl's mom is in a wheelchair across from me. And the woman is just elegantly dressed. And she kind of has this glow about her. And she speaks broken English and she speaks Polish with her daughter. So at one point, Jesus walks in, and here's my deal with him. I can say no to him twice, but the third time he asks, I have to say yes. So he says, okay, I'm going to come in and we're going to go lay hands on that woman. And I'm like, no, fuck no, we're not doing this. No. He's like, okay. He goes away. He comes back and he's like, are you ready? I'm like, please don't make me do this. I'm in an emergency room at a hospital with my mother. Like, please. And he goes, okay. And he comes back and he goes, okay, we're going in. And I'm like, fine. So I turned to the girl and I said, listen, I do this hands-on healing. I call it Reiki. I'm not about to say I bring Jesus in. We're going to heal your mom. Like I'll tell people I channel Jesus, but I was not ready to tell people that I also heal. Right. She goes over, she talks to her mom. The mother looks at me and she like wags me over with her finger. And she looked at me and she goes, there's something about you I can tell. And I said, okay. So I bring him in. He tells me to put my hand on her left shoulder and to put my other hand on the top of her head. And I feel him reach in through me. And he literally pulls whatever is in her through me and he pulls it out. And he says, now put your hand on the front of her heart and put your hand on the back of her heart. And then I feel him leave. And I stand back and he says, she turns and looks at me and her eyes are wide. And he says, tell her to move her left shoulder. And I said, move your left shoulder. And she goes like this. And she said, I haven't been able to use it for 4 months. This is why we're here. And she said, I knew you had the gift. I know he's with you. I go back to my seat and my mother's like, oh my God, you really do channel Jesus. You really do have the gifts. And now everyone's like, my daughter channels Jesus. My daughter does healing with Jesus. Like she's my biggest fan now. So if you ever feel like, like betrayed by your own people, just know that someday, it'll all turn around. So my life now consists of channeling Jesus, channeling Mary Magdalene. Mary Magdalene and I are just about to start something called the Magdalene membership, where we're going to meet once a week. And I'm going to find out what day of the year is. Like today is, what day is today? Oh, it's July 29th. Alexa, what is the number of the day of the year today?
I don't have an answer for that.
All right, she doesn't know. But the other day, July 22nd, it was, she usually knows everything. I guess I didn't ask the question right, but it was day number 203. She said, unless it's a leap year and then it's day 204. So when we did the anniversary party for Magdalene, I read lesson 203 and 204. So I'll figure out what it is. And we're going to do these on Wednesdays. And it's going to be $26 a month because 8 is her favorite number. And she said 2 and 6 makes 8. And I love that idea. And people are going to come and I'm going to read from the book and then I'm going to channel her and she's going to share her wisdom. And then we're going to do a Q&A with Mary Magdalene. And then she's going to lead us through meditation. So that's coming. I mean, this is what my life is. And my mom's like, close the door. I've got to mop the kitchen. So like there's from the sublime to the ridiculous because I live with my mom and I take care of her and I'm her Uber driver. So I get free gas, which is great. But this is my life. My life is made up of, all of this. It is channeling ascended masters. It's helping people to remember their relationship with God, which is really about waking them up to their own divinity. I have a 12-month rolling mastermind that's going to be starting in September. And so far we have like 25 people that are going to be coming to that. And we're going to be going through 18 classes in the year, learning 34 different tools and techniques. And it's going to be one of the most extraordinary experiences. I have just the most beautiful support team in the form of Priyanka, in the form of Alicia, and in the form of Kat. So what we decided to do today is to offer 7 gifts. And Priyanka, do you remember what the gifts are? Oh, thank you so much, Tanya. Tanya found out for me that today is the 227th day of the year. So do you guys want to hear what Magdalene had to say on day 227? Okay. Day 227. Tanya, thank you so much for finding that out, sweet girl. I appreciate that. It's good to see you again. Okay. This is my holy instant of release. Magdalene's channeled message. Greetings, beloveds. Greetings, greetings, greetings. It is indeed our delight to be with you. Listen, she was Jesus's wife. I don't care what you believe. Here's the truth. She was his wife. She was the mother of his children. I just heard from my Kabbalah teacher. In 2009, I went to the Mount of Olives. I laid my hands on a grave of a Sadiqim. I had an experience where a golden shaft of light came down and the guy in the grave started talking to me, and it opened up my mediumship abilities. And he reached out to me and he said, "Hey, I saw one of your videos on YouTube and I just want to say thank you for the work that you're doing in the world." Like when someone that changed your life forever, because he took me to the Mount of Olives. I happened to lay my hands on the gravestone of a being that's known as the Rashash. He wrote the Haggadah, which is the prayer book that's used in Kabbalah. And he lived back in the 1700s. And when we got back on the bus, and I explained to him what had happened and I'd had this vision, I said to him, "By the way, what was the name of the gravestone that I was touching?" And he looks at me and he looks down and he goes, "The Rabbi Shalom Sharabi." And I said, "Your name is Shalom Sharabi." He's like, "Yeah." And I'm like, "Was he one of your ancestors?" And he goes, "Yeah." And then I got this vision that he was actually a reincarnation of his own self. And so this man has been so precious to me. And he reached out recently on WhatsApp and he's like, "Thank you for what you're doing." He said, "I can tell you're a pure channel and I can tell you're pure love." And he said to me, "You know what I always loved about you?" And I said, "What?" He said, "You were brutally honest." I was like, "Yes." I've always been that way. Like, man, I just call it how I see it. Anyway, so I said to him, I wrote a book with Magdalene, and he said, "Ah, yes, the beloved." Because in Kabbalah, they always said, by the way, Jesus is the Messiah. And the Jews were like up in arms about it. And they're like, "Sorry, that's just the way that it is." And he said, they come as a pair, Yeshua and Magdalene. And he said, she is his divine counterpart. And I said, "She was his wife and the mother of his children." And he said, "Yes, I know." So it was like, oh my God, like this is my life. So this man has come back into my life. Anyway, all right. So lesson 227. There are realms or veils of consciousness, beloveds, that have been constructed by the egoic mind, and it allows you to believe that you are at a distance from others. It allows you to believe in separation. It allows you to believe that there is time and that there is space. When you surrender yourself, beloved ones, to the truth of you, the truth that is true always, you will come to find that you are at each and every moment of existence with God. Not only are you with God, the very dynamic of your existence is love, is the purity of God. God had one desire, which was to experience the aspect of self. And you and I and all the others are the results of this grand experiment. And beloveds, there have been moments that each of us has said, "I wonder what it would be like to think as God thinks, to create as God creates, to manifest as God creates, as man it manifests." And we've created this world of madness and we have created a sense of separation. And in the duplication that God did, for as God breathed in, God is, and as God exhaled, I am, it was a moment of confusion in which there was an understanding that there was separation. Beloveds, the truth is that there is one holy instance of release when you are willing to know that you are the I am presence, that you are the Christed being. And this is accomplished, beloveds, through forgiveness. Forgiveness is a key to unlock this dynamic. And what you forgive is the projection that you have made onto another, onto a world that seems filled with strife and pain and disaster and struggles. And as you release and as you relinquish and as you forgive, you turn within. And as you turn within, beloveds, you come to a landscape of self wisdom and self knowledge. You come to understand that thoughts that you think have been unconscious to you, and they now rise to the surface. And you ponder for a moment and you study and you say, "Is that really true? Is this thought that I always think actually the truth? Or is this some decision that I have made and I didn't have all the information and I didn't even have all of the evidence? I have made a decision and a belief that the beings that I loved cannot love me in equal measure. I have had the belief that life is something that I must struggle through. I have had the belief that there must be one thing and one thing only that will remain elusive to me forever. Beloveds, allow yourself to know that everything that you have ever desired is actually a desire that has been given to you by the Creator, by God herself, to find your way back to the kingdom. to find your way back to the place that you have actually never left at all. So say prayers today, beloved. Say prayers to understand the truth of your existence. Ask for assistance. Ask for help. Call out to the higher wisdom that lives and breathes and exists inside of you. In you is a phenomenal landscape of creation and reality that is so different from that which you have projected onto this canvas of the universe. So when I'm reading this, I got to let you know that I'm like, oh my God, I really am a channel, because this is not how I talk. This is definitely not me. This is definitely higher wisdom. When you allow yourself the moment of stillness, beloveds, and you allow yourself to go with the dear hearts, you will find that your heart's desire is already fulfilled, is already materialized for you in the form of your own self-love. And then what occurs is that sense of self-love is indeed what is manifested and projected. And in this holy instant, beloveds, you are once again returned to the love that is eternal, to the love that you are, to the very love that you created. You allow yourselves to manifest from that realm of distinction and understanding. So let today, beloveds, let today be the day of remembrance. And today be the day that you remember, yes, my Father and I are one. And when you find yourself lost, and when you find yourself caught in the drama and the struggle of the egoic mind, you can always say, this is not my truth. There is no way that this is the truth. And I will give you all the evidence why. Allow yourself to quiet your mind, treat it as you would a child, and say, beloved, we understand that there is a point that you're trying to make. We understand your egoic mind, that there is a need to feel right and to feel certain. But know the truth within your hearts, beloved, that only love is real. We have said this before, and we will never stop saying that you and the Father are one. And in that truth, you will find the love. And in that truth, you will find the beauty. So find the pure essence of all that is. Blessings to you, beloveds, now and forever, for what feels and seems like forever. Blessings to you. And indeed, I will speak with you again. Isn't she magnificent? So this is my life. Take care of my mom. I have a big fluffy gray cat who's 14 years old. I channel ascended masters. I teach people. I witness people. I do my own work. I do a lot of my own work. I am a work in progress. By the way, it's 1, 2, 3, 4. It's 12:34 here in New York. So with all that said, there's always exciting things that are happening. We have gifts. So Priyanka, here's what I'd like to do. We have, it looks like 19 guests. Terry, Tanya, Ray, Penny, Nina, Linda, the other Linda, Laura, Lauren, hi, sweetheart, Laurel, Laura Lee, Joyce, Gintana, Janine, Ellen, Deborah, Neil, Karis, Candace, and Angelo. So can you, I don't know how the fuck you're going to do this. Can you find a way to like
I have a spinning wheel. All the names are already on there.
Okay, this is why I love this woman. Okay, so the first gift that we have is a free 15-minute Akashic record reading. Okay. Spin the magic wheel.
Yeah, I can share my screen. Everyone can look into this magic wheel.
Oh my God, you're a genius.
All right, let's get started.
All right, let's do it. Oh, Tanya.
Tanya.
Yay. Okay.
All right.
Tanya, congratulations.
And what did she win?
Thank you.
Tanya wins a free 15-minute Akashic reading.
Perfect.
Okay. Now, we have a second 15-minute Akashic reading.
Okay.
Okay. And go. I don't know how you came up with this. Thank God you're a fucking genius. I got to tell you. Ellen Stern. Yay. Congratulations, Ellen. Oh my God, I'm so impressed with this modern technology.
All right, what's the next prize?
I think it's a reading with Jesus. Neil. Okay, it's yeah. We have the 2 15 minutes. We have a reading with Jesus, a reading with Magdalene, and then we have sessions. Okay, next is a reading with Magdalene.
Okay.
My God, this is so genius. Gintana. Beautiful. Love, I think we have two Lindas here. Do you have Linda? We have Linda Mackey and we have Linda Toma. Do you have two Lindas? Oh, you do have two Lindas. Okay, smart. Listen, I need do nothing. Like, come on. It's all right. All right. Okay, so we have the two 15-minute readings. We have reading with Yeshua, reading with Magdalene. Then we had you're so welcome, love. Then we had
Transformational alchemy session, 60 minutes.
okay, we have a 60-minute transformational alchemy session. That
Mhm.
thing's really cool. That's where we go in and we do some deep healing and witnessing. Okay. Angelo! Yay! Okay. Beautiful. Then we have a 90-minute Akashic healing session, and that's where we go into your past lives, and man, we do some real work there. Okay. Joyce! Aw, I love that. Okay. And then, dude, what was the other one we were going to do?
Mhm.
You know what I'm
So,
gonna
go ahead.
what 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 were you gonna do?
So there's a 33-minute session with Jesus and also a 15-minute session as well. Did we already do that?
We did the
15 minutes. Okay.
we did the 15 with Jesus, we did the 15 with Magdalene, we did the two Akashic readings, we did the two sessions. So now this is a 30-minute 33, it's actually a 33-minute session with Yeshua. All right, let's spin this wheel. You're so welcome. Oh, I love the noise that it makes. Laurel!
That one,
Congratulations.
that was the one I said I wanted, and then I said, no, give it to somebody else, but thank you.
Well, he heard you, so he had plans. Congratulations to all the winners. Thank you so much for being here, everybody. How fun is this? Yeah. Wait. So let me see what you guys are saying. Because you already. Oh, was Raymond's name on there?
It's Ellen asking. Ellen's name was already on there.
Ellen, your name was on there. Was
Wait, what
Raymond's?
did I win? I went to the bathroom. Sorry. That's how I win. I don't pay attention. What did I win?
I don't know. Alicia, did you take note of all this?
No, I wasn't taking note, but I think this was the second winner. So the second was we can go back to the recording and I can let you know.
Okay, we'll figure it out.
Don't
So
worry.
this week is jammed. I'm still making up for the fact that I took 2 weeks off and went to Europe, had the time of my life. But we will reach out to you and we will get you all sessions. Linny, no, Linny's not here. Okay, sorry that Linny and Willem are not here, but thank you all for coming. Thank you for celebrating with me. This has been the delight of my life. So I want to read you something, and this is the vision that I have a mentor named Melanie, and she said, I want you to go in and I want you to write your life story. And I want you to write the predictable future. Then I want you to go in and I want you to write what like your big vision is. So this is what I wrote about my life. And I'm sorry I'm off camera, but I have to read this from my phone. Lynn grew up in New York, went to college in Washington, D.C., and majored in Chinese and business. After college, she moved to California. Over the years, she lived in Los Angeles, Orange County, San Francisco, Texas, Virginia, Hawaii, Florida, and finally moved back home to New York in 2016. She worked as a stockbroker and a financial advisor for two of the largest U.S. banks as a vice president for over 25 years. She amassed a $500 million portfolio in wealth under management. Manifestation has always been easy for her. In 2018, she retired from her financial job and chose to pursue an online spiritual coaching business as her career. Personally, she'd always had a fascination with all things spiritual in addition to her work life. She she pursued a personal life which was focused on wellness. She is a psychic, a medium, a full body trance channel, and an oracle. She has been on this path since she was 11 years old. She has collected some 30 plus different training, teaching, and healing certifications over the years. She learned to channel and has channeled over 25 different ascended masters, working most closely with Jesus and Mary Magdalene. Lynn earned 2 different 200-hour yoga teacher training certificates, 3 Reiki master certificates, Usui, Karina, and Holy Fire. She is a hypnotist and a licensed minister, as well as a high priestess in the order of Melchizedek. She has worked with thousands of people for tens of thousands of hours and has trained hundreds of people with the tools and techniques that she has mastered along the way. Lynn's life purpose has been to remind people of their relationship with God by helping them discover and develop their own sense of divinity. Lynn knows that we are spiritual beings living a physical existence, and she's been given a set of instructions to help guide others. She teaches people to read the Akashic records and open their spiritual gifts like clairvoyance, clairaudience, clairsentience, and clairvoyance, clairaudience, claircognizance, and clairsentience. Lynn shows people how to do healing through their past lives and how to go to a realm where they can talk to their spirit guides or any being that has ever existed, past, present, or future. She teaches people how to meet other versions or aspects of themselves on other timelines. Her basic tenet in life is that love is a function of communication. So she teaches people how to become better at communicating both within and without. It is predictable that she will continue to do this work, reaching thousands more people before she dies. And then here's the vision, the 2.0 vision that came out of nowhere. Lynn starts a year-long rolling mastermind that invites hundreds and thousands of people to learn everything that she has ever learned and teaches. She grows to the point where she begins to open centers around the world, and they are called Egyptian Essene Mystery Schools. The schools are temples where people are developed physically, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, and financially. They teach children's, teens, young and old adults how to think and feel for themselves. They learn how to free themselves from any traumas in this incarnation, or any others. People are taught how to create wealth for themselves. There are wellness spas at these centers where people can come and be healed and witnessed and rejuvenated. They learn and use crystal therapy, sound therapy, light therapy, physical touch therapy, meaning massage, and color therapy. Guided meditations take people into the quantum realms with their vast imaginations so that they can manifest the life of their dreams. People learn about the angel of air and the angel of water and the angel of fire and how to connect with Gaia herself. People are taught magical principles from the Egyptian mystery schools. They learn the ancient ways of the Essenes that Jesus taught. There are bookstores and crystal shops and restaurants in each of these centers that are luxurious. People learn how to become the very best and most expanded version of their soul selves. People are taught how to connect to their soul purpose and life visions so that they can live them now. They are taught to master time by living in the present. They are taught how to release guilt and shame from the past and fear and anxiety about the future. They are taught how to be here now through mindfulness. For those who wish to join this vision, they will be trained to become teachers and healers and to run and manage these centers around the world. This is why Lynn is here. This is why she came to Earth. This is what Lynn is here to create. This is her God-given vision. For me, for you, for us. From the mountains to the sea and everything in between. Truly a world that works for everyone. So if any of you feel drawn to this, I invite you to come be a part of my world. I thank you all so much for being here. I love you madly, more than you could possibly imagine. I exist to bring all of you back to your memories of who you truly are, not the body that you think you are. Jesus says we have a body, we're just not the body. Not to live in the past, not to live in fear, not to live with shame, regret, and guilt, and not to have anxiety about the future, but how to be here now with the best, most expanded, most enriched version of yourself. This is what I'm up to in the world. And I want to thank you all. I can't wait to see what the next 7 years are going to bring. So God and Goddess bless you. I thank you for being here. Congratulations to all the winners. And just know that I love you madly and I thank you for your part in my life.
We have two messages if we just want to cover in the chat.
Oh,
One
hold on.
is that it's Tanya's birthday. Oh, I think
Oh,
she just left. I thought we were
happy
gonna be
birthday,
able to sing for
Tanya.
her. Yeah.
I want to
And
buy
then
2 of your ACIM lessons with Magdalene. Oh, 2 of the books
book,
signed by me.
and he wants.
Thank you, Angelo. All right, we'll make that happen. We'll definitely make that happen. By the way, the book
I'm
is still.
still here, Priyanka. Thank you.
Please sign them, Lynn. Thank you.
I will, Angelo. So the books are still on sale on Amazon. I took $10 off, so instead of $26, right now there are $16.88.
Can we
So
sing happy birthday to Tanya?
I think she's gone though.
No, she said she's back. She's here.
Oh yay!
No,
Yes,
I'm
yes.
here.
Okay, so here's what everybody does. You unmute and we all sing together. But I want you to know that the way that Zoom works is that it can only focus on one voice at a time. So it sounds like a bunch of geese and cats yowling. Okay, anniversary. Oh yeah. Oh, so today, it ends today. We started this on Friday. There's this anniversary deal that's going on, and Kat has put together some extraordinary sales, like a 90-minute healing session with me is usually $1,888, and today it's $777. So if you want to stock up on this, if you didn't win anything, be with us next year. Hopefully you'll win next year. We'll do something crazy with the 8s. But everything, like the house is on fire right now, like everything's on sale. So if you have ever wanted, if you want to know about the year-long program, if you want to know, we have a transformational alchemy class that's starting in September, and that's a 3-month journey learning 11 extraordinary tools and techniques. Many of the people that have done those classes are here today. And does anyone want to give a testimony of what it's been like to learn any of those tools or techniques?
I'll
Anybody
give a
want to
Yes, I'd
testimony.
be.
Okay. Oh, Laura Lee's found it. Okay. Laurel and Ellen, please.
Yeah. I'm being prompted to tell you this little story, and I love your book, Lynn, I do, but I don't read the lesson every day. I mean, the energy is magnificent from it. But I had
I
gone to
read the
Metatron.
lesson every day. So, okay.
Anyway,
I live it.
I had gone to Metatron with an issue, and Archangel Metatron, and he said, "Get up, go to Lynn's book, and go to this lesson." And it was exactly what I needed. So Metatron, Ascended Masters are using your book, dear. So
Metatron was my mentor when I started to learn to channel.
yeah.
Laurel, thank you so much for telling me that story. I love that story so much. You have no idea.
Yeah.
Listen, there's one woman, her name is Tyke Malik, and she wrote this incredible review. All of a sudden, I'm like, Priyanka, did you know we have 13 reviews on the book on Amazon? Like the last time I looked, we had 5, and now there's 13 people doing reviews. This one woman said, if my house was on fire, I would take one thing with me, and it would take your cat. We can get you another book. But the sentiment was gorgeous. All right, Ellen.
Okay,
Baby.
I'll give a testimony that I've been friends with Lynn for a really long time, and then she moved back to New York, and we kind of, didn't talk as much as we usually used to talk when she was here in Los Angeles. And then my husband was going through some cancer treatments, and I was having a meltdown, and spirits like called Lynn, like it was so clear. So I was just calling her for love and support, and she was like, you need to get in my classes, like you're so psychic. And I realized that I've been doing this stuff my whole life, but I didn't have proper training. Like I didn't know what I was doing, which is cool, like doing it intuitively, but then just getting guidance and training, like learning how to go in the records and really understanding the energy channels and bringing up my skill set has just made like me to go to the next level of already being an amazing soul. But with proper training, it just takes your already gifts and just elevates because you say yes. So I said yes to Lynn, and the training and spirit just keeps giving me more and more of my gifts to be of service to humanity.
I love you, baby. And Ellen has this very, 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 very special event coming up in her life. She was invited to the royal wedding in Norway of Princess, I always
Martha
get her name,
Louise.
Martha Louise, to her beloved friend, Shaman Durek. And we're going to get to see pictures of all that. I can't wait. I can't wait. That's going to be incredible.
Well, it just
Listen,
shows you like the shift in energy that monarch is marrying a shaman and he's black, so it's like, like
right.
let's get racism, let's get shamanism. And I've been able to hang out with Princess Martha Louise a few times, and she's one of us. She talks to angels. She believes in past lives. I mean, it's like how cool is that? Like the
I mean,
monarchs coming out, this is for the shifts. Of course, the press is super, super mean, calling her a wackadoodle, and all this stuff, but they don't care.
whatever,
Yeah.
whatever. Listen, someone showed up that's very, very important to me and to us. And I just want to introduce her to you really quickly. Her name is Lynn Klocka. And Lynn and Raymond and Nina were the three people that helped with the editing of this book. And one of the messages that we got from Spirit is that Lynn and Raymond and Nina are aspects of the three wise men that showed up at the birth of Jesus. So my life would be nothing. My life would be nothing without them. They are precious to me beyond belief. So again, thank you all so much for being here. There's so much more amazing goodness that's to come. Spirit drops in, and my latest conversations have been with Commander Ashtar, the Ashtar Command, and there's some crazy, crazy stuff that's coming. So stay tuned. I love you. Thank you for your testimonies. Thank you for your love. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for being in my world. Priyanka, you are my sun and my moon and my stars. Thank you for everything you do for me. And, just pay attention, check your emails, make sure you're on our email list, check our Facebook group, Sohmalife. What's it called? Sohmalife Quantum Living Experience, something like that. This Magdalene membership is going to be so much fun. Jesus said, she came as my student and she became my teacher. And there is no greater embodiment of what it is to be a Christed being than Magdalene. And that's truly who she is. Of all the beings that I've channeled, including Yeshua himself, she is truly the most loving, the most tender, and like there's just this presence about her that's really extraordinary. So I am so proud for the journey that she and I will be undertaking together. All right, it's almost 1:00. I love you all madly. I thank you. I thank you. I thank you. Thank you so much for being here at thank you for coming to my party.
Wait, we didn't sing happy birthday to Tanya.
Oh, wait. Okay, Tanya. Okay, everybody on mute. We're going to sing happy birthday. It's Tanya's birthday. Happy birthday, sweet Tanya. All right. Jintara, make sure. Oh, did Jintara leave?
No,
Do we have his Jintara, make sure we have your email, my love.
yeah, I think so.
Okay, perfect. All right. You guys ready? Me. Happy
Happy
birthday
birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy
Happy birthday,
birthday, dear
Tanya.
Tanya. Happy
Happy
birthday
birthday
to
to
you.
you.
And many more.
Yay. All right,
I
my
love
darling.
birthdays.
Yeah.
Thank
too.
you all so much. Made me smile, laugh, all of that. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
You're so welcome. Aw.
Love
It-
you
We
all.
celebrate you.
If you write,
I
it's really
appreciate it.
so if you write watch the screen. I'm gonna write happy birthday. I was in another program today with like 1,000 people, and someone wrote happy birthday, and all of a sudden, all these little birthday cakes started dropping in the chat. It was very cute. Anyway, all right, my darlings, thank you for being here. God bless.
It did. Thank you. That is so cute.
Isn't that adorable?
It
Okay.
is. All righty. Thank you, everybody.
All right. I love you. I love you. I love you. Thank you, everybody, for
I
being
love
here.
you.
Bye, everyone.